Hey, what's happening, everyone? Pragmatic Addict here. I'm, of course, joined by JTJ with our review of episode 5 now of Mike Judge's Beavis and Butt-Head Season 3. So these are titled Lifesavers and Tattoo. And I was pretty interested in both of these episodes when I read the premises. So for this first one, the premise reads, Van Driessen is badly injured in the woods, and only Beavis and Butt-Head can rescue him.
It has a funny name to it, Lifesavers. Not knowing anything about the episode, when you go into it, when you think about it, you're like, oh boy, are they going to try to...
Oh yeah, that's right, because you didn't read the episode before, and then when you have the title Lifesavers, that could mean so many things.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been them trying to weasel, like they see in the news how maybe Cody saved someone's life and he got rewarded for it or something. Or they just see some kid got $1 million for rescuing an old woman in the woods, and they're like, hey, Beavis, let's go in the woods and go rescue someone so we get money.
So this episode, I was really curious about how the plot was going to come in. And first, I'll say, just being stuck in the woods, the animation of that, along with this far into Beavis and Butt-Head as a cartoon, I was thinking immediately I'd rewatch this episode just for the animation with this setting, which is just also such an interesting setting for Beavis and Butt-Head, but also, this is just a pretty hilarious episode. First off, why Beavis and Butt-Head are in the woods in the first place? Just really random Beavis and Butt-Head shenanigans. But when we see Van Driessen, if you are a fan of Beavis and Butt-Head and you've seen the type of shit that usually happens with Van Driessen, especially when they just really want to bag on him, most notably a bus episode, just the way he's introduced, I had a pretty solid guess as to how the tone was going to be with him getting lost. And well, it definitely continues that classic humor with Van Driessen. But also the pace of this episode, just the job that Beavis and Butt-Head are tasked with for Van Driessen and the chemistry of all three of them with this setting. Also just the escalation of classic dark humor regarding Van Driessen. It was rough, morbid, a little upsetting. Just the worst Van Driessen episode in the best way possible. Worst episode for him. Best Van Driessen episode for the fans. And overall, I'm going to give this episode a positive review.
You kind of get a callback to what Van Driessen did in the movie Beavis and Butt-Head. Not going to say what, though, but...
I'm trying to think of what you mean by that. Is it a singing thing?
Yeah. I think I'd rate it a 9.1.
Now, the next episode. So this... we were not fans of this. I'm just gonna get it out there. I know that may be a spoiler, like, oh, we want to hear your thoughts. Brother, I got like 2 sentences of notes here, and you're gonna see it. So this next episode is called Tattoo, and its premise reads, after a wild night out, middle-aged Beavis wakes up with a tattoo he doesn't remember getting. So with both this premise as well as how the episode opens, it does feel like something like the Hangover movie. And I'll say, the simple humor of the episode, it was funny enough, but I just wasn't really laughing. And how it looked like it may have wrapped up, it looked like it was going in a common dark humor direction, like we get a lot of times with the endings of Beavis and Butt-Head episodes. And it ended up not being where the episode concluded, but I still just ended up feeling like they didn't really do a whole lot with this sequence. But where the episode instead wraps up was pretty fun, and I did actually prefer it more. And overall, I'll give this one a mix to a pass.
What it said on his chest, that had to be a shot at the guy who wrote the episode. Because this one was just weak sauce.
I hope it wasn't Mike Judge that wrote it. The whole time I was just thinking, I get the idea, but they just didn't really do much with it.
They could have done so much more. Didn't they want to get a tattoo of a butt on a butt a while back? I mean, that would have been funny.
Oh yeah, they did say that in an episode, huh?
Yeah, that would have been a cool callback. I think I'm going to rate it a 0.9.
Damn. But overall, guys, that is going to do it for our reviews of episode 5 of Mike Judge's Beavis and Butt-Head. We'll definitely be seeing you guys next week with the next episode, and let us know in the comments below for those that did see the episode. What did you guys think of it? With all that being said, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.